Hey YouTube, it's Jimmy Nutsman here with another video, and I'm doing a review of TNA Slammiversary 2005. It's the side part. We got Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Abyss, Christopher Daniels again, Raven, Monty Brown, Shocker, and Ron Killings. Let me read you the back. On Sunday, June 29th, 2005, the TNA Wrestling celebrated its 30th year of total nonstop action with Slammiversary. Live from the Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. In this DVD, you will see the epic pay-per-view event in its entirety, featuring the maniacal Raven fulfilling his destiny of becoming the NWA champion, and the TNA Wrestling return of King of the Mountain. Nearly 4 hours of footage never before seen. Backstage footage of your favorite TNA stars. Got Chris Sabin and Christopher Daniels. Spoiler, frickin' show's part. Abyss knocking over a ladder with Sean Waltman and AJ Styles, Sanjay Dutt and Samoa Joe. Let me show you the disc real quick. And there was 775 people in there. 775. There's a disc. 3 years special, 3-year anniversary spectacular. And during the show, I'm just gonna go ahead and say these now. There was between every few matches, it showed the top 5 moments in TNA's 3-year history, and it says the fans voted on them, but I'll go ahead and say them now instead of voted on the online poll. Number 5, when AJ Styles won the his first NWA World Heavyweight Championship, beating Jeff Jarrett and Raven. 4th, debut of Raven in January 2003. 3rd, first ever all steel cage pay-per-view lockdown. 2nd, debut of Jeff Hardy. And the 3rd, when Elix Skipper walked across the top of the 6 sides of steel cage and did the Hurricanrana onto James Storm, I want to say, and then he was on the shoulders of Christopher Daniels. It was a big. It was crazy how they did the big, it was one guy and then on top of the cage, and then he was another guy, I think, even, and then it was crazy. But I'm going on too much about that. But the first match was 6-way X Division match. Sharkboy versus Zach Gowen, and I didn't even know he was in TNA until a few days ago. Jarrell Clark, he was an FIP person. Don't know if he's in any other companies, but I've seen his name on the FIP DVDs. I have The Amazing Red. Been in and out of TNA since it started in ROH. Primetime Elix Skipper and Delirious, and I never even knew he was in TNA. Maybe he was just a filler, or whatever it's called. But yeah, I had no clue that he was in a TNA. I'll see him on ROH when I watch it. But good X Division match. But Sharkboy ended up getting the pinfall on Delirious, the Dead Sea Drop or whatever. I think it's supposed to be like the Stone Cold Stunner, I think. And at 6 minutes. Wait, what? I don't really remember what that was in, because this was before he had the Stone Cold Stunner or Stone Cold gimmick or whatever, and that went for about 6.5 minutes. It was a good match, entertaining X Division fun opener. And I'm gonna give that match a 8 out of 10. The next match, Shocker versus Shelley, not the best of matches, but this went for about 10 minutes, and Shocker ended up getting a roll up, and because he was saying pretty much Alex Shelley had a big mouth and he was gonna shut him up or something, and he did. I'm gonna give that match a 7 out of 10. It's an entertaining match, but I wouldn't really watch it a bunch of times. And the next match was Ron Killings versus Kip James. Even though he was called, even though it says Ron the Truth Killings versus Kip James, It was when he was called the Outlaw, and I guess they changed it because they have like the different names on the back. Because this is re-released, because I saw 2012 and Genesis 2013 DVD stuff, and it says Matt Bentley right there, but he was called Michael Shane at the time. But yeah, I don't know why they did that, but yeah, this wasn't that good of a match. It was about 7.5 minutes. I think they were having a match because 3LK has been having problems, and they Kip James, or Outlaw, that's what he was called, not Kip James at the time, wanted BG James, aka Road Dogg, whatever, to be with him, whatever. They wanted to be partners again, or he wanted them to be partners again, and 3LK, Ron Killings, and Conan didn't like him. But yeah, not very good. I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. Like, it wasn't bad, but I don't want to watch it again. Like, I wouldn't sit here and watch it. I wouldn't just put it in just to watch that match. The next match was the NWA Tag Team Championship match. The Naturals, Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens versus Team Canada, Eric Young and Petey Williams. And Team Canada had A1 and Coach Scott D'Amore. And yeah, good match. Some good wrestlers in this match. But Jimmy Hart, because they said they had like a famous person or something like that as their manager, but then Jimmy Hart came out and handed Chase Stevens the microphone, and then Chase Stevens hit Petey Williams with the microphone and pinned him and retained the titles at about 15.5 minutes. It was a good match. I'm going to give that a 8 out of 10. The next match was Samoa Joe's debut in TNA, and TNA debut Samoa Joe versus the original player from the Himalaya, Sanjay Dutt. And they was even talking about ROH in this. He was like, Mike Tenay was like, this man is from ROH. He trains people in the ROH dojo, and he's the current ROH Pure Champion, or Ring of Honor, I think he said, but I think he did say ROH. But yeah, but this was his debut in TNA, and good match. Two good wrestlers, Samoa Joe and Sanjay Dutt. But it only went for about 6.5 minutes until Samoa Joe killed him with the Muscle Buster and then put him in the Coquina Clutch and choked him out. But yeah, I'm gonna give that match an 8 out of 10. And the next match was Bobby Roode versus Lance Hoyt, or Vance Archer in TNA. WWE. And this wasn't really a good match either. But I'm gonna give this match a well, it's about 7 minutes, and wasn't that good of a match. But Bobby Roode ended up getting the win, and yeah, but I was gonna say, I don't remember, but I don't really remember how he won. But yeah, but Bobby Roode ended up winning the match, and I'm gonna give that match a 7 out of 10. It was an okay match, but I don't really want to watch it again. Then the next match was, let me find it. Where the heck is it? It's not even on the back. America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris and James Storm versus 3LK, BG James and Conan with Ron Killings. And this went for about 7 minutes. And in this match, this happened because like 3LK came out in the match that was like Team Canada versus AMW versus Team the Naturals or something like that, and costed them the match or something like that. But yeah, Chris Harris like oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember how it happened. Oh yeah, Outlaw came out, Kip James, Roode, BG James, I mean not BG, Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn, whatever, and yeah, but they did the thing to BG James, and where they did like the James Storm was holding him, and then Chris Harris jumped off the top, did the elbow to the chest, classic or move they used to do. Now I need to speed this up, but okay match. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Then the next match was X Division three-way elimination match for the X Division Championship. Christopher Daniels versus Chris Sabin versus Michael Shane, but it says Matt Bentley on the back. And Chris Sabin with Trinity and Michael Shane with Tracy. And they, in like one part, Chris Sabin had Michael Shane in the cradle shock, and I was about to do the move, and then Christopher Daniels picked up Trinity and did like the angel wing to her, like he was about to, and then he ended up pinning him, and then after he did the cradle shock on Michael Shane, and then he did the thing to Trinity, and then but Christopher Daniels ended up hitting the angel's wings on Chris Sabin about 17 minutes. Good match, really entertaining, fun match, and yeah, Christopher Daniels ended up retaining his title, and I'm gonna give that match a 10 out of 10. You should go watch that one. Then the next match, already spoiled it on the back of the cover. King of the Mountain for the NWA World Title. AJ Styles versus Raven versus Abyss versus the Alpha Male Monty Brown versus Sean Waltman. And in this match, they said Sean Waltman was going to be a wild card, but earlier in the show, Jeff Jarrett was being bothered by a fan, and he attacked him and got arrested or whatever. But yeah, so Raven got his spot. But this match went about 15 minutes. Good, entertaining match. But Monty Brown got a pinfall on Raven, so that put Raven in the box, and later on Raven pinned AJ after a pounce by Brown, and then later on Abyss did the Black Hole Slam on Monty Brown and pinned him. AJ Styles pinned Abyss after a spiral tap through a table, and then Sean Waltman pinned AJ Styles after X Factor off the top of the ladder. But at the end of the match, it was like Raven and Sean Waltman or whatever, but Raven ended up knocking him off or something. But yeah, he ended up hanging it up on the top. It was a weird match because you have to get a pinfall. The person who gets pinned gets put in a box. Yet then you had a chance. You were able to put the title on the thing. But if you didn't have a pinfall, you couldn't. It's a weird match. But good match. Raven ended up winning the title. And yeah, that match, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. King of the Mountain is an awesome match, and just got barely less than a minute. Pretty good show. Some good 2005 stuff. 2005 was a good year for TNA and WWE. But overall, I'm gonna give this show an 8 out of 10. Not the best of the TNA shows, probably, but it was a good one. You should try to get it. But yeah, that's my review of TNA Slammiversary 2005. And yeah, Bound for Glory 2013 predictions coming soon. Probably gonna do that right after this. And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Bye.